Hello and welcome to Six Songs and Some Stories. I'm Martha Gallagher and I'm delighted that you are here with me this evening. It's March and we're going to be celebrating a lot of things in March. St. Patrick's Day. As you can see, the Gallagher household is ready to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. We'll also be celebrating World Water Day. We'll be celebrating Women's History Month or Herstory Month. We'll be celebrating a special event that we've been celebrating here in the Gallagher household for a number of years now. And we'll be taking a trip to the beach and welcoming spring to the Adirondacks. So make yourselves comfortable, grab a cuppa or a glassa, or if you must, a mug of green beer, and settle in. We're going to start off by celebrating water as life. The waters of the world are raining down on me. The waters of the world are flowing full of life around me. The waters of the world flow on endlessly. Come, waters of the world, rain down on me. No sun today, but still we play. The waters come and wash our cares away. Life rejoices everywhere they fall. The raindrops falling here and there, they dance upon the earth without a care. Life rejoices everywhere they flow. Oh, and my heart sings in celebration at the gift of life they bring. The waters of the world are raining down on me. The waters of the world are flowing full of life around me. The waters of the world flow on endlessly. Come, waters of the world, rain down on me. One raindrop, one river, one ocean, one life. Come, waters of the world, rain down on me. The rolling river, the mighty sea, the morning mist on a gentle breeze, diamond dewdrops decorate the fields. The raindrops falling here and there, they dance upon the earth without a care. Life rejoices everywhere they fall. And my heart sings in celebration the gift of life they bring. The waters of the world are raining down on me. The waters of the world are flowing full of life around me. The waters of the world flow on endlessly. Come, waters of the world, rain down on me. One raindrop, one river, one ocean, one life. Come, waters of the world, rain down. Come, waters of the world, rain down. Come, waters of the world, rain down on me. I'm sure you've noticed this too. It can be a funny thing how the universe works, and pretty rewarding if we remember to pay attention and listen to the universe. Now, it's a number of years ago now, but and it was a time when I did a lot of gigs around St. Patrick's Day. And so I was busy. I don't remember when it was. It might have been in December or something. And I was booking my gigs for March. And for the life of me, I could not book this Saturday night that was a couple of nights before St. Patrick's Day. And I couldn't figure out why I just couldn't get a gig for that night. And, I actually started really doubting myself and stuff, thinking, oh my God, nobody wants me. Wah! And as it turns out, what happened a little later, I got a call. And that call was the call inviting me to perform with with multi-time Grammy winners, the Chieftains. Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine that I might get the opportunity to perform with the Chieftains. And part of that reason was because I wasn't really playing a lot of Irish music at that time. But unfortunately, their harpist, Derek Bell, who I say we all harpists, we genuflect when we say his name, just an amazing, amazing musician. He had passed away quite suddenly, and they were going to do a tour of the United States, and they didn't want to replace him. So what they did was they found in the US, I think it was maybe 5 different harp players in different areas that would do the gigs with them in those areas as a tribute to Derek Bell. So I got the gig, and I worked on the music, and I was totally terrified because if you know the Chieftains' music, you know that they tend to play a lot of their music like bats out of hell. So really fast, and I learned 2 versions of the pieces we were playing. I learned one that had all the notes that are supposed to be in there, and then I learned another version that had a whole lot of glissandos in it. Anyway, I actually did pretty much all the notes, and it was a blast. But I thought I'd share a couple of those pieces with you because they are some of my favorites from the Irish traditional music repertoire. They're actually O'Carolan pieces, Shebeg agus Shimur and Planxty Fanny Poor. And these are ones I haven't had an opportunity to play in quite a while, so I'm delighted to share them with you. those of you who attended last month's concert probably remember the story I told about how Dennis, my husband, and I met, and that we both had, and still have, the same last name. Well, I was really interested in what the name Gallagher means. And so I had found, when I was actually traveling in Ireland one time, I found a little key ring for to give as a gift, and it had Gallagher on it, and on the backside it said what the name Gallagher meant. And I thought it was so noble and beautiful. Giver of foreign aid. Doesn't that sound wonderful? Well, I'll tell you, I was reading a book about Grace O'Malley, the pirate queen of Ireland, back in, I think it would have been the 1600s, on the west coast of Ireland, so a little bit in the Donegal area and down to Galway. And I noticed when I was reading her story that the Gaelic word for mercenary looked suspiciously close in spelling to the name Gallagher. Mercenary. Giver of foreign aid. Well, anyway, Dennis and I have never been to Donegal. Would love to do that. But I thought I'd share this piece, probably one that some of you will know. It's just a fun, I'd say, Irish-American piece for St. Paddy's Day. It seems like only yesterday I sailed from out of Cork, a wanderer from Erin's Isle. I landed in New York. There 'twasn't a soul to greet me there, a stranger on the shore. But I hitched up with Dennis there, and riches came galore. So now I can go back again, dear old Erin's Isle. My friends will meet me on the shore and greet me with a smile. Ah, their faces sure I've all forgot, I've been so long away. My mother will introduce them all, and this to me she'll say, shake hands with your Uncle Mike, me boy. Here's your sister Kate, and there's the girl you used to swing down by the garden gate. Shake hands with all the neighbours and kiss the colleens all. You're as welcome as the flowers in May in dear old Donegal. Oh, you're as welcome as the flowers in May in dear old Donegal. Okay, now, since we're having a little St. Paddy's Day celebration, and no St. Paddy's Day would be complete without this next song, and it is a sing-along. You can join me. When Irish eyes are smiling, sure 'tis like a morning spring. With a lilt of Irish laughter, you can hear the angels sing. When Irish eyes are happy, all the world seems bright and gay. But when Irish eyes are smiling, sure they'll steal your heart away. Now, I know that this is a virtual concert. We're not in the same place at the same time, but I can't hear you singing. So let's do it one more time with some gusto. When Irish eyes are smiling, sure 'tis like a morning spring. With a lilt of Irish laughter, you can hear the angels sing. Hear them sing. When Irish eyes are happy, all the world seems bright and gay. But when Irish eyes are smiling, sure they'll steal your heart away. Bravo! Give yourselves a hand and a round for the house, everybody. I know I've mentioned before at a number of my concerts the variety of places that I have performed over my career. And I've said everything from, nursing homes and preschools to pubs to big stages. But one of my interesting places that I used to perform was a strip club. Now, I should tell you, fully clothed, I should tell you that it was a strip club on the weekends, but it was an acoustic folk music club on Wednesday nights. Really. This is in Albany, New York. And there we go, just checking my microphone. And when you went into the place, it was a long, narrow room. And so you walked in the door, and on the left was the bar that stretched down to the back of the very dark and dim and place. And the stage was in the window that looked out on the street. I'm assuming, as I never was there on the weekends, that they actually put curtains up there when they had the strippers. And on the wall, coming in the door, were the pictures of all the women, and my picture was up there too. But I was there on Wednesday nights, fully clothed, and I would play up on that stage. And it was basically, I'm sure that they used this as a runway during the strip shows, because the bar started like right when you stepped off the stage, right down there. So when I was there, there was usually, I think he was the mailman for the neighborhood, was quite often already passed out right there in the first seat. But nonetheless, so I played there Wednesday nights for a long time. And I was there one night. I play guitar as well, or I played a lot more guitar then. And so I played lots of different music, folk music, some rock music, some jazzy things, blues, all kinds of stuff. And because I was also playing the harp at the time, I had a small one that I would take with me. And occasionally, when the room seemed right, I would play a song on my harp. So one night, I was getting ready to finish a set, and I thought, it's kind of a good crowd for this. I'll pull out my harp and I'll play a tune to finish up the set. And so I started playing, and I don't remember if it was near St. Patrick's Day or not, but I was doing this wonderful piece that so many people know. Over in Killarney, many years ago, my mother sang a song to me in tones so sweet and low. Just a simple little ditty in her good old Irish way. And I'd give the world if she could sing that song to me this day. Toor-a-loor-a-loora, toor-a-loor-a-lie, toor-a-loor-a-loora. Hush, now don't you cry. Toor-a-loor-a-loora, an Irish lullaby. Very lovely, very gentle, very fun, and people would sing along. So here I am singing, and I'm finishing up the set. And the door right here slams open, and I hear all this hubbub over there, and it's kind of dark and dim, but I can see all of a sudden there's this whole bunch of big, burly, black leathered motorcycle gang guys coming in the bar. And my thought is, I'm gonna die. And they look up and they see me playing the harp, and they're like, oh, look at this, so sweet. Hey, harp lady, come play a song for me. Hey, you want to come down here and have a drink with us, boys? And I'm like, oh, no. Toor-a-loor-a-loora, toor-a-loor-a-la. I'm a trooper, and I'm a professional. And I thought, I can play through this, and I'll just finish my set for all the loyal patrons who are already there, and forget those guys. Tour allure. Hey, harp lady, I feel like I've died and gone to heaven. So I'm playing, and I thought, I'm a professional. I can do this. I work here every Wednesday night. I'm a professional. I play all over the place, and I'm going to play this song through because I'm going to earn my $35 tonight. Yeah. What can I say? Tour allure, allure, tour allure, alive, I'm gonna die. Tour allure, allure. Hush, oh please shut up. Won't you just die? I didn't say that, of course. Tour, and they're shouting out to me and making all kinds of interesting comments. And I thought, I'm just going to play, finish up, do my best, get the heck out of here. Tour allure, allure, tour allure, alive. I'm going to power through this. Tour allure, allure. Hush, now don't you cry. Tour allure, allure. Tour allure, alive. Tour allure, allure. That's an Irish lullaby. I didn't hear anything. Of course, I had my eyes closed because I was scared to death. And then I did hear it. I heard it from the crowd, and I could see that it was the biggest, burliest leader of the pack. All of a sudden, this is what I heard. My Grammy used to sing that to me when I was just a little boy. I miss her so. Come down here, harp lady. Nobody touches the harp lady, get it? Come here, harp lady. Oh, come here. Oh, come here. Oh, you're so sweet. I thought you want a drink. And turned out they were pretty nice guys. They were there for the evening for the rest of my show, didn't give me any trouble. We had a wonderful time. I would have to say, though, I'm not really sure who Roger is, but, well, who remembers when they do get a tattoo anyway? Tour allure, allure, tour allure, allure, tour allure, allure. It's an Irish biker's lullaby. Life is full of adventures, isn't it? Well, I thought this would be a great time for us to head to the beach. So I'm all set here. I've got my beach hat, which I love because it smushes flat. I can sit on it and it's still okay. You wear that for a little bit, Hope. And I've got a beach toy, foxtail softie. Woo! I've got a bag for shells. Don't let Dennis know. He tells me I've already collected so many shells that 1,000 years from now, archaeologists will think there was an inland sea here in the Adirondacks. And I do have some shells. Here's a great one. This is a big one. Ooh, it's a little broken, but still. And I've got a treasure, a Junonia. Ooh, isn't that nice? Woo! And what I really love is finding these, it's just the broken part, the inside of the shell like this. And I love it. This one's worn really smooth, so you can really feel the curls. And it's really cool to me to see the inside of the spiral. I don't know, there's something really cosmic about it. Anyway, got my beach bag, and I got my sunglasses. Woohoo! And I got my towel. I'm all ready. So come on, let's go to the beach. Here we are. Welcome to the beach. And I've got with me my small harp, Grace, that I got a number of years ago, and she's been all over the place. In the Adirondacks, she's been up mountains in kayaks, gone into the forest, as well as right out on my porch. And she's gone to a number of beaches. But when I first got her and I went down to Florida, I thought this is going to be beautiful to take her out on the beach. And I will say, as you can see, I have a strap and on it, so I can walk with it. Woo-hoo-hoo. And she's pretty lightweight and balanced well, so I love it. And so I did practice walking inside when no one was around, so I could figure out how to do it, because playing and walking was different. I wasn't used to that configuration of playing the harp and walking. So when I went down to the beach the first time, I walked right into the water up to my knees while I was playing the harp, and it was so cool. And I realized it was such a different, it just turned my creativity on its head, because I was doing something entirely different and the environment was different. So I love that about having this small harp. And that first time I went down and went to the beach, and there's a whole community of what I call the morning beach walkers, and they were out, and some people just didn't even look at me, because it's oh my gosh, there's a woman with a harp. And other people, lots of people smile, wave. Some people would stop and talk to me. And I was talking to a young woman. She said, "Oh, look at all the dolphins out there." And I love dolphins. So I look out at this huge pond, bigger than I had seen there before. And a number of the morning beach walkers came up and said, "Oh, we haven't seen the dolphins all winter. And now you're here and they're here. You must be the dolphin whisperer." And I said, "Yes, that would be me." But having this harp, I would go down to the beach in the morning and just let inspiration hit. And I would record these pieces. I did that in the evening as well. And so I recorded the pieces, and I call them my Beach Sketches collection. And they're almost all of the titles are either New Day number something or End of Day number something. And this is End of Day number 8. So no, I don't take this harp down to the beach, but the apartment that I stay in has big sliding glass doors, and they look out over the beach and the Gulf, and I can sit there with this harp and play and write music, which is wonderful. And in the morning, when the full moon is setting in the west, often as the sun comes up, there's so much light that the moon starts to fade and it's hard to see. But you can see it and it starts to disappear into the mist on the horizon. And often there's a planet like Venus right there with the moon or a little bit ahead of it, and they just disappear, and I'm often walking out on the beach. So I call this song Luna the Moona. And I should also add that I love swimming. Now, I'll swim in the Gulf when I get there in February, and people will say, oh my gosh, it's so cold. I say, no, I grew up swimming in the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of Maine and New Hampshire in the summer, and that might be considered cold. The Gulf is simply what I call refreshing. So here we are with a little mermaid. I swear I must have a little mermaid in my ancestry, and Luna the Moona. Dancing on the colors of sunrise in the early morning skies. She winks a bright eye at me, soon she will be gone, leaving the new day to the sun, singing her song of farewell to the dawn. She is a setting, she pauses on her way, turning her face one more time to the sun, just starting his day. Venus ventures on ahead and dives into the water. Luna fades into the horizon's mist, leaving her morning song to me, the mermaid's daughter. That was really fun. I'm really missing the beach this year, but as I said, this winter has been just beautiful in the Adirondacks, so I'd say it was a fair trade-off. Nonetheless, it's time to head back to the Adirondacks for a special song for a special celebration and a look at welcoming spring in the Adirondacks. Come on. Given all the things that I said earlier that March is known for, March is also the month which our daughter was born in. And I knew, even before she was born, before I knew it was a she, before I knew what a wonderful, wonderful human being she would become, I knew she would be, but I knew I wanted to write a song for her. And when she was born, when I had time, I started working on it. And of course, I I was busy as a young mom, and I kept working on it and just writing. I would have to say I tell my songwriting students is, well, you have to write a lot of crap and get it out so you can get the good stuff to come forward. It's like fertilizing roses, kind of. But anyway, I wrote a lot of really bad stuff. And I think she was 11 when I finally wrote the song. I'm going to sing this for Meaghan now, and for anyone, you've got a daughter, a granddaughter, a mom. It's called Part of My Heart. But a part of my heart still beats in you. It is there when you need your mother's love. We were one, now we're two, but a part of my heart still beats in you. I know no words that say how I feel. I love you. Where'er you go, whate'er you do, a part of my heart will always go with you. Let it be enough for you to know I love you. Love you, Meaghan. Happy birthday. So the vernal equinox, the first day of spring, is coming up next week. And I don't know about where you live, but where I live here in the Adirondacks, spring often looks a lot like winter. So with last week we had a big thaw, and now of course it's all going to freeze and become an extremely dangerous place to just go out your front door. But nonetheless, when spring comes here, we call it by another name. We call it mud season. When you think of springtime, blooming flowers come to mind. Daffodils, crocuses, tulips galore. Forsythia is brilliant gold, rhododendrons blooming bold. Magnolias are magnificent once more. But here up north, it's not the same as places south that I could name. The Adirondack spring is a season of mud. And while we're out slogging, we're furiously swatting as we are devoured by bugs. And those who can leave do leave. The rest of us remain here to witness the miracle as springtime returns. The river is rising, black flies start biting, and we do the mud season waltz. those who can leave, do leave. The rest of us remain here to witness the miracle as springtime returns. The river is rising, black flies start biting, and we do the mud season waltz. Oh, where the snow was yesterday, there is nothing but mud today. Every year, a hiker or two sinks down without a trace. The poison ivy's leafing out, ground bees come nest again. Skunk odor perfumes the night air. And those who can leave, do leave. The rest of us remain here to witness the miracle as springtime returns. The river is rising, the black flies start biting. We do the mud season waltz. The river starts rising, black flies start biting, and we do the mud season waltz. Peel off your long underwear, come dance without a care, the Adirondack mud season waltz. Welcome, spring. Thank you so much for joining me this evening for our celebrations, for our trip to the beach. I hope you've enjoyed the whole evening. I'm delighted that I'm able to offer these concerts free of charge so that anyone, no matter what's going on in their life, can be here if they'd like to. And I'm also delighted to take contributions. So if you would like to contribute to this concert series, you can find information to do so at my website, adkharper.com. Thank you so much. All contributions are very welcome. Thank you. Thank you. So we're going to leave here tonight with a little return to the beach and one of my pieces from one of my other musical adventures, Just a Moment Music. So enjoy, and I look forward to seeing you back here next month. Take care and be well.